8 situations showing Gemini is being heard in a new way. Something has changed in the way the world receives you, Gemini. You may have noticed it in small moments. A conversation that felt different than usual. A response that surprised you. A look in someone's eyes that told you they were actually listening. Not just hearing the words, but truly listening to the meaning behind them. For a sign that has spent a lifetime communicating, connecting, and translating the world into language, being heard is not a small thing. It is everything. And right now, the universe is arranging circumstances that are showing you, clearly and unmistakably, that your voice carries a weight it has never carried before. Stay with me through this entire video, because each of these 8 situations is a mirror reflecting something powerful back to you. Situation 1. The first situation involves a conversation you have had recently, or one that is coming very soon, where someone responds to you with an openness you did not expect. You said something honest, something real, something that came from a deeper place than your usual quick wit and social charm. And instead of deflecting or changing the subject, the other person met you there. They stayed in that vulnerable space with you. They did not try to fix it or minimize it or steer the conversation somewhere safer. They just listened. And in that listening, you felt something shift inside your chest, a warmth, a loosening, a sense that maybe, just maybe, it is safe to say what you really mean. This moment matters more than you realize, Gemini, because it is breaking a pattern that has been running in the background of your life for years. The pattern says that people do not want your depth. The pattern says that people prefer the entertaining version of you, the light version, the version that makes everyone laugh and keeps things comfortable. But that pattern is a lie, and this conversation is proving it. People do want your depth. The right people are hungry for it. They have been waiting for you to show them what lies beneath the surface, and when you finally do, they do not pull away. They lean in. This is not a one-time event. This is the beginning of a new dynamic in your relationships. One where you are received fully, not partially. One where you do not have to edit yourself to be accepted. One where your whole truth, even the messy and uncertain parts, is welcome. Let this new pattern take root. It is going to change the way you connect with everyone in your life. Situation 2. The second situation is about being heard in a family context. Family dynamics are some of the most deeply grooved patterns in our lives, and for Gemini, family has often been a place where your role was fixed early and never updated. You were the clever one, the adaptable one, the one who could be counted on to lighten the mood or smooth over conflict. And while those roles may have been accurate at one time, they do not capture who you have become. But recently or very soon, something is shifting in the way your family hears you. Maybe a relative who has always talked over you suddenly pauses and asks for your opinion. Maybe a sibling who has never taken your feelings seriously stops and really listens when you express something important. Maybe a younger family member comes to you for advice and follows it, proving that they see you as someone whose wisdom matters. These shifts in family dynamics are significant because they represent a change in energy, not just behavior. The people in your family are not just acting differently toward you. They are perceiving you differently. They are beginning to see the person you have become rather than the person you used to be. And that recognition, especially from the people who have known you longest, is deeply healing. It validates something you have felt for a long time, that you are more than the role you were assigned, and that the evolution you have undergone deserves to be acknowledged by the people who matter most. Situation 3. The third situation involves a moment where your words carry unexpected authority. Gemini is naturally articulate, but there is a difference between being articulate and being authoritative. Articulation is about clarity of expression. Authority is about the weight behind the words, the lived experience that gives them gravity, the unmistakable sense that the person speaking knows exactly what they are talking about because they have been through it. You are stepping into that authority now. Maybe it happens in a group conversation where everyone else is offering surface-level opinions, and you speak a truth that silences the room. Maybe it happens in a one-on-one exchange where the other person's expression changes because your words hit a nerve they did not know was exposed. Maybe it happens in a quiet moment when you say something to yourself, something you have been needing to hear, and the words land with a force that shakes you. This authority is not something you are performing. It is something you have earned through decades of observation, analysis, experience, and reflection. You are not just smart anymore, Gemini. You are wise. And wisdom speaks differently than intelligence. Intelligence impresses. Wisdom transforms. And the transformation your words are beginning to create in the people around you is proof that you have crossed a threshold that cannot be uncrossed. If what you're hearing feels accurate, imagine what could happen if you applied this energy intentionally for 21 consecutive days. That's exactly what the 21-day program in the pinned comment is built for. Daily guidance, focused direction, and real momentum. If you're tired of staying in the same cycle, this is your structure. Situation 4. The fourth situation is about being heard by someone who previously dismissed you. This is one of the most powerful experiences a person can have, and it is happening for Gemini right now. There is someone in your life, or someone who was in your life, who did not take you seriously. Maybe they talked down to you. Maybe they ignored your contributions. Maybe they made you feel like your thoughts and feelings were not important enough to warrant real attention. That dismissal left a mark, deeper than you may have acknowledged, and it shaped how you approached communication from that point forward. You started hedging your opinions. You started qualifying your statements. You started saying, "I might be wrong about this," before sharing something you knew to be absolutely true. But now something is changing. Whether through direct reconnection or through the arrival of a similar dynamic with someone new, you are experiencing the reversal of that old pattern. Someone who once dismissed you is now listening. And if it is not the exact same person, it is the same energy. The energy of being taken seriously by someone whose opinion you valued. This reversal is not about revenge or validation from external sources. It is about closure. It is about your spirit finally receiving the acknowledgement it was denied, and in receiving it, releasing the wound that the dismissal created. You do not need anyone's permission to speak your truth. You never did. But knowing that your truth is being received, that it is landing, that it is making an impact, that knowledge is healing in ways that go beyond what words can describe. Situation 5. The fifth situation involves being heard through your actions rather than your words. Gemini is known for communication, but communication is not limited to language. Sometimes the most powerful things you say are said through what you do, through the choices you make, through the way you show up in the world without announcing it. And right now, your actions are speaking volumes. People are noticing the changes you have been making, even the quiet ones. They are noticing that you are setting boundaries where you used to bend. They are noticing that you are prioritizing your own well-being in ways you never did before. They are noticing that you carry yourself differently, with a steadiness that was not there before, a groundedness that comes from knowing who you are, and what you will and will not accept. These observations are a form of being heard because when people see you living differently, they are receiving a message that says, "I have changed and I am not going back." That message does not require explanation or justification. It speaks for itself through the evidence of your transformed behavior. And the people who are paying attention are adjusting their treatment of you accordingly. They are giving you more respect, more space, more consideration, not because you demanded it, but because your actions demanded it on your behalf. This is what it looks like when your life becomes your voice. This is what it looks like when you stop telling people who you are and start showing them. Situation 6. The sixth situation is about being heard in silence. This may sound paradoxical, especially for a sign that is associated with words and communication, but some of the most profound moments of being heard happen without any words at all. There is a moment coming, or one that has already occurred, where you are sitting with someone in complete silence. And in that silence, everything that needs to be communicated is communicated. The understanding that passes between you is total and complete, requiring no translation, no elaboration, no clever phrasing. Just presence. Just two souls recognizing each other without the interference of language. This kind of communication is rare, and it is sacred. It tells you that you have found a connection that operates on a frequency deeper than words. A frequency that most people spend their entire lives searching for without ever finding it. If you have experienced this moment, you know exactly what I am talking about. If you have not yet, it is coming. And when it arrives, it will remind you that the deepest truth of who you are cannot be spoken, can only be felt. And there is someone, or there will be someone, who feels it without you having to say a single word. That is the highest form of being heard. And you deserve it, Gemini. You have always deserved it. Some people watch. Others transform. If you want to be in the second group, the 21-day guide in the pinned comment gives you a clear step-by-step process aligned with your sign. This isn't about waiting. It's about moving. Situation 7. The seventh situation involves being heard by yourself. This is perhaps the most important of all 8 situations, because until you listen to your own voice, no amount of external recognition will ever feel complete. For years you have been hearing everyone else's opinions, everyone else's needs, everyone else's expectations, and your own voice got buried under all that noise. But recently something has shifted. You are starting to hear yourself again. Your own desires, your own boundaries, your own wisdom. They are rising to the surface with a clarity that demands attention. Maybe it started with a small moment of self-awareness, a flash of insight where you realized that the thing you were doing out of habit was actually making you miserable. Maybe it started with a dream that lingered after you woke up, carrying a message your conscious mind had been refusing to receive. Maybe it started with a feeling in your gut that you could no longer ignore, a feeling that said enough. It is time for something different. However it started, the process of hearing yourself is now in full motion, and it is changing everything. You are making decisions differently because you are listening to different input. Instead of asking what does everyone else think, you are asking what do I think? Instead of waiting for permission, you are giving it to yourself. Instead of second-guessing your instincts, you are following them with a confidence that feels new but also strangely familiar, as if you have always known how to do this but simply forgot. Hearing yourself is not selfish. It is essential. It is the foundation upon which every healthy relationship, every meaningful achievement, and every genuine moment of happiness is built. Because when you listen to your own voice, you know who you are. And when you know who you are, you can show up in the world as your full, complete, authentic self. Not a performance, not a compromise, but the real thing. Situation 8. The 8th and final situation is about being heard by the universe itself. I know that may sound abstract, but stay with me. There is a feeling that Gemini has been carrying for a long time. A feeling that your prayers go unanswered, that your efforts go unrewarded, that the universe is indifferent to your struggles and your dreams. That feeling is understandable given what you have been through. You have asked for things and not received them. You have worked hard without seeing results. You have put your heart into situations that did not work out, and the silence that followed felt like rejection. But that silence was not rejection. It was preparation. The universe was not ignoring you, Gemini. It was arranging things in ways you could not see, moving pieces on a board you could not comprehend, building something so much bigger than what you asked for that it required more time than you expected. And now, that preparation is beginning to show results. Small ones at first. A door that opens unexpectedly, an opportunity that arrives from an unlikely source, a problem that resolves itself without your intervention. These are not coincidences. These are answers. Delayed answers, yes. Answers that arrived in a different form than you expected, certainly, but answers nonetheless. The universe has been listening to every word you have spoken, every tear you have shed, every wish you have whispered in the darkness when you thought no one was paying attention. And now it is responding, not with dramatic miracles but with steady, reliable, undeniable evidence that you are seen, you are heard, and you are loved by something far larger than you can imagine. Trust that, even on the days when it is hard to feel it, especially on those days, because faith is not about feeling certain. Faith is about continuing to believe even when the evidence is still on its way. And for you, Gemini, the evidence is arriving, right now, in this moment, in these situations, in the unmistakable sensation that the world is finally hearing what you have been saying all along. You have 2 options after this video: close it and hope things shift, or decide that the next 21 days will be different. If you choose the second, the structured 21-day transformation aligned with your sign is waiting in the pinned comment. The energy is already moving, the only question is whether you are.